These are 11 of the best MagSafe accessories for the iPhone 12 and 13 series. Starting off with this fully transparent 5000 mAh power bank from Momax, which not only looks awesome with it letting you see the charging coil and like the MagSafe magnet array on the inside, but with this little flap on the back, it can also double as a kickstand. So you can charge your iPhone 12 or 13 wirelessly at up to 10 watts while watching a video. And because this is MagSafe, the magnets inside of the new iPhones work whether you mount the phone vertically or horizontally. It's pretty cool. Next up is this face tracking mount from Belkin, which lets you set any MagSafe enabled iPhone onto the mount and then have it automatically track you as you move around. The mount can spin a full 360 degrees. You can tilt it manually if you want to get that perfect angle. And there's even a tripod thread at the bottom, which makes this a great tool for anybody who wants to create content using just their iPhone. Now, the downside here though is this doesn't work with FaceTime or video calls. It only works with the camera app and some of the social apps, which is kind of a bummer, but in those apps that it does work in, it's kind of like having your own little camera person. The third accessory is of course the official MagSafe wallet from Apple, which lets you carry up to 3 cards right on the back of your iPhone. The wallet comes in 5 different colors with all of them having this premium leather finish to it, and pulling your cards out is actually pretty easy with this little slot on the back. Now, while you always run the risk of your wallet accidentally sliding off when you try to slip this into your pocket or something, since the magnets on here aren't necessarily the strongest, the wallet does at least support Find My. So if it does happen to slip off and you walk away without it, you'll get a notification on your iPhone letting you know with the exact location it was last seen at, which is pretty smart. But moving on, at number 4, we have another accessory from Apple in the MagSafe battery pack. Now, there are a bunch of battery packs out there that are both bigger and are sometimes cheaper. But what I like about Apple's is it fits perfectly on any MagSafe iPhone, even the iPhone minis, where it sits nice and flush at the bottom. And because it's so small, you can still use the phone pretty comfortably while you're charging. On top of that, it's one of the only battery packs that can actually charge through the iPhone, so you don't have to charge it separately. And with it also being smart enough to automatically start charging as soon as you snap it on, it's arguably the most convenient battery pack you can get. But as an overall solution, this 2-in-1 MagSafe charger from Anker might actually have it beat, since this is not only a wireless charger that can charge both your iPhone and your AirPods at the same time, but it's also a 5000 mAh battery pack that you can just slide out. Now, the battery pack doesn't have quite as clean of a fit as Apple's does, since this one does stick out a bit with the smaller iPhones, but the benefit here is it'll always be charged if you use the stand as your main charger at night. And the bonus is Anker even includes a fast charging power brick in the box. So for only $20 more than what Apple is charging for their battery pack alone, this one's a pretty good deal. Next up is one of my favorite MagSafe accessories, period, in this multi-threaded mount from Moment, which basically lets you mount the iPhone to anything with a 1/4 or 3/8 thread. We're talking goosenecks, tripods, clamps, and really just anything you could imagine or jerry-rig together. And the magnets on this thing are really strong, easily the strongest magnets from any MagSafe accessory I've ever tried, enough to where I feel super confident that the iPhone won't just fall off with a little bump. But if you're looking for a more convenient option, there's always this fitness mount from Belkin, which has magnets on both sides of it, so you can attach the iPhone to one side and stick the whole setup to a magnetic surface on the other side. And when you don't have a magnetic surface to stick it on, it also comes with this strap that can wrap around things, whether that's a pole or even the steering wheel on your car. It's pretty sweet. Alright, so you've probably heard of PopSocket before. Well, now there's a MagSafe version, which while it isn't as snug and secure as the ones that use actual adhesive to stick to the back of your phone, the plus side of this one is it isn't as permanent. So you can slap it on and take it off as you please, and it still serves the same basic purpose of making the phone easier to handle while also doubling as a kickstand. Moving on, at number 9, we have this car vent mount from Belkin, which has surprisingly good build quality and easily clips onto car vents. And because it uses relatively strong magnets, you won't have to worry about your iPhone just flying off after you hit a speed bump. The The mount is on a ball joint, so you can use it in both portrait and landscape, and you can also tilt it to get that perfect angle, whether that's for navigation or for watching YouTube while you're parked, hopefully. At number 10, we have Apple's official MagSafe Duo, a 2-in-1 wireless charger that's ideal for traveling since it folds up really nice and compact, and when you unfold it, it lets you charge both the iPhone and the Apple Watch in one portable solution. You still have to buy the fast charger separately, and it's kind of expensive at $129, but if you have the cash, it is pretty nice. And finally, as an honorable mention, we have the MagSafe cooling fan from Razer, which isn't the most useful accessory to be perfectly honest, but it is definitely the coolest, with it using thermoelectric cooling to help keep the iPhone from overheating during those long gaming sessions. The downside is you do have to plug it in separately, and the actual performance gains you get may or may not be worth it. But that said, it's still a really cool idea.